This year could define Ronaldo being the greatest ever. If Messi doesn't perform at PSG, I think this could be the defining season where it ends the debate.
Yo, it's your boy H, pull up the sauce, Harry Pinero, and we're back with another In That Order, but this one's different. It's savage. It's Sutton. This one's gonna be tasty. I'm with Premier League legend, the director of football for Macclesfield, and BBC 606's very own Robbie Savage. Robbie, how are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I see you brought the guns out today.
Just been in the gym, at my age, you've got to, keep fit. I'm better shape now than I did when I played.
Was that a little breast flick you just did there? Oh. I'm with Premier League legend and BBC 606's very own Chris Sutton. Chris, how are you today?
Yeah, very well. Looking forward to this.
So listen, welcome to In That Order. I'm going to list 3 things in a load of different categories and you have to rank them in terms of your preference. I'm not going to start no lightweight, I'm going to start very heavy. Who do you reckon is going to be the highest Premier League top scorer this season?
That's impossible.
Ronaldo, Lukaku, Salah.
No Harry Kane in there.
I mean.
I'm sort of. Are you an Arsenal fan?
Chris, that's blasphemy. That is blasphemy, Chris. I'm a Manchester United supporter through and through.
Oh wow! So I'm good. So I was going to go Ronaldo. Now I'll go Lukaku. I think Lukaku is going to make the difference at Chelsea this season. I think he's a brilliant signing.
Oh
yes, Robbie.
There'll be more chances created for Lukaku. I think Lukaku 1, Salah 2, Ronaldo 3. I think Ronaldo started ever so well. The couple of tap-ins.
No, Robbie. Why are you doing my team like that, Robbie? Man, Ronaldo should be number 1.
Well, listen, he is, for me. This year could define Ronaldo being the greatest ever.
Yeah.
At 36 years of age, you go back to the Premier League, and if he has a season like he's had in previous seasons, this could signify that he is the best ever. If Messi doesn't perform at PSG, I think this could be the defining season where it ends the debate.
Ronaldo. I mean, he shouldn't be playing football at 36. I mean, he should be retired, feet up. He should be a pundit, shouldn't he? That's what he should be doing. But I think he'll be second. And how can I say Mo Salah third? Lukaku first, Ronaldo second, and Salah third, but that doesn't sound right.
There must be an error here with this, but I'm going to have to ask you the question because I just don't see Man United in this. Top 3 this season, in that order: Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Before the start of the season, I'd have gone Chelsea, Man City, United, Liverpool. I've got Chelsea to win it. The squad's unbelievable, and Lukaku. If City would have got Kane, I would have had City to win it, but they didn't get Kane, so I've got them second. Then I went United. I've probably changed that now to Liverpool third, considering that Van Dijk's like a new signing, Matip's like a new signing, Gomez. They've got all their players back, really, so I'd say Liverpool with Van Dijk in the side. Third.
You had to add that one, didn't it? That was personal to me. All right, Robbie.
Man United is a team I look for, but I don't support anybody. With my son being there and me being in the class of 92, where I was the best player.
Yeah, no, of course. It's written in stone. We know that, Robbie.
Well, do you know what? Before the start of the season, before a ball was kicked, I was thinking Man City. If they signed Harry Kane, and they didn't.
Luckily for Spurs fans.
I'm going to go Chelsea. Lukaku, the signing. At this moment in time, their defence looks so solid. They have goals in the team now. You look at their attacking players. So I'm going to say Chelsea. I worry about Manchester City not signing Harry Kane. I think they're going to regret that, and they're going to finish third because of it.
Pep, Klopp, Tuchel.
Pep. The way he plays his football, I think we've seen his philosophy transmit all the way down to grassroots teams. My under-16 Macclesfield team play like that. I'm not saying they're as good as Man City or I am as good as Pep, but, a lot of people said, could he do it in England? But he's proved he can.
Oh, we're talking about right now.
Right now, in that order, 1 to 3.
The here and now still has to be Pep. I think, he's transformed the game over here. The inverted fullbacks, winning a Premier League without a recognised striker. How does he do that? I mean, you look at him throughout his career, the trophies he's won, 3 La Ligas, 3 Bundesligas, 3 Premier Leagues, and a couple of Champions Leagues in there. So he would be the top for me.
Klopp number 2.
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel number 3. I think the reason being Klopp number 2 is because you could see him putting his arm around you, telling how good you were, or if he hammered you, I think you'd really take it to heart. So I think as a manager, as a person, he looks fantastic. And then Tuchel, unbelievable job he's done at Chelsea to win the Champions League. So that's the order: Pep, Klopp, Tuchel.
Then I'd have Jurgen Klopp. I'd have loved to have played under Jurgen Klopp. Heavy metal football. I mean, he's tweaked it a little bit. Love the way they play. And Thomas Tuchel. Last season, what he did at Chelsea. He's the one to watch now, but I'm afraid, Thomas, you're third.
Who do you reckon is the best striker in Europe? Haaland, Mbappe, Lewandowski?
Well, I think the one who you would buy is Haaland. Your question is he the best? Right now, you're saying goals scored, Lewandowski.
Haaland, Mbappe, Lewandowski is the best striker in Europe. And I love Haaland, but Lewandowski has it all. Left foot, right foot, headed finishes, his positioning. Mbappe, so quick. He's a composed finisher. They're all good. My number two would be, I think Mbappe would just edge Haaland at this moment in time, but that's close.
I'd say Lewandowski, Haaland, and it was the other one,
Mbappe, yeah. This is where it gets back to your expertise, your knowledge, all right? Lampard, Scholes, Gerrard, rank them 1, 2, 3.
Gerrard's the best player I've ever played against, so I'll go number one. Scholes, he just couldn't get near him. By the time you got to him, he'd pinged a ridiculous pass. But in terms of who I played against, I hated playing against Gerrard. That's why I'll go one. Lampard two, because Lampard would run off me all day long. Gerrard one, Lampard two, Scoresy three. But in terms of the best player, I would say the most technically gifted, you'd have to say Scoresy.
I like what you said, best player. Yeah, that means everything to me.
Do you know who my favourite was? Scholes.
Chris, I've always been a fan of you, Chris. I've always liked you because you understand the game of football more than other people. I'm not saying Robbie doesn't.
Who did he go for?
He said Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, which makes no sense whatsoever to me.
He always goes for the people he knows. He's not sincere, Robbie. That's his problem. A little bit clueless, Rob. Scholes had the lot for me. Scholes would be one. Lampard would be two, and Gerrard won the Champions League, never won the Premier League, so I'd have him third.
This probably is the hardest question you're going to have to answer. Rank these Premier League legends, yeah? Shearer, Sutton, Savage.
Oh, wow, that's a tricky one, isn't it?
Shearer won, obviously, carried Sutton at Blackburn, and then Chris obviously got his move to Chelsea reserves. And then obviously couldn't hack it in the reserve side, so went to play most of his football in Scotland, because obviously he couldn't hack it in the Premier League. I know he won it, but let's be fair, he won the Golden Boot, but it was a joint Golden Boot. Sutton, who wins joint Golden Boots?
The only thing that Robbie lacked was talent. Oh, wow. Has to be me second. I mean, what did Robbie win? Did he win a Johnston's Paint Trophy? I think that's it. I mean, he played for Wales. So what? I'd have had 300 caps if I played for Wales. So me second, Rob third.
I would say me second, played far more games and Premier League games than Sutton. Chris, let's be fair, I've won decent season, and that was for Blackburn. Other than that, hopeless at Chelsea. Played in the Celtic side that was dominating, and I'm just naming teams in Scotland like Dunfermline, Ayr United, Arbroath, Ross County. Listen, all good football clubs, but you don't have to be a world beater to score goals against those sides. Could he have scored goals in the Premier League after his failure at Chelsea? So no. So you know it and I know it.
This is cold-hearted stuff, I must say. Just to let you know, Robbie said that you ran off to Scotland
to play the Champions League.
Yeah, because Chelsea didn't work out for you, and I mean it was pretty heartfelt with it as well.
How many games did Rob play in the Premier League? Because I know he started at Crewe. He played his first 7 seasons at Crewe, I think, after Manchester United bombed him out. He keeps clinging on to that.
He said something which I didn't remember, but he did say that he was in the class of 92.
Yeah, but he keeps clinging on to the class of 92, but he was sub. He was sub in the class of 92. That's why they shifted him out to Crewe. That's what he did. Then he played the lower leagues, and then he won the 3 Handles Cup, and that's his career. couple of friendly games to Wales. That's his career. That's it, in a nutshell. Then he went on Strictly and got all his Twitter followers.
No way. He went to Strictly and got to it.
That's how he's known. If you say how is Robbie known, nobody remembers him as a player.
You guys are absolutely cold-hearted, man. Anyway, let's move on. Header, volley, penalty. Rank that in that order. And I'm sure you scored all of these goals, right?
2 volleys for Wales, 1 against Norway, 1 against Turkey. Google them. Honestly, Google them. 2 unbelievable strikes for my country. Volley, penalty. I think I scored 15 out of 16 penalties. Missed 1 against Van der Sar. Scored a header, 1 against Leeds on Rio Ferdinand's debut for Leicester. And then I scored 1 for Blackburn in Europe. Volley, penalty, header.
A volley's the ultimate, isn't it? And then it has to be the header. Yeah, 3rd penalty, albeit, it's a skill taking a penalty. And some people say, well, top scorers, they get 12 penalties a season. They say, well, they got 12 penalties. Well, so what? You've got to have Bottle to take a penalty. But penalty, 3rd for me.
Who would win in a fight between a bear, gorilla, and a lion? Let's say they're all supremely fit, and then someone, I don't know, let's say it's a giraffe, a beautiful giraffe that they're fighting over. Who's going to win out of that fight?
That's hard. That's really hard. I would say the bear.
You'd have to say a lion, but a bear. The king of the jungle. You got to go lion. The beautiful mane, big white teeth, the big blue eyes, and the lion's all right as well. Lion, bear, gorilla.
Lions can't climb trees, can they? Are there any trees in the vicinity? Well, there must be, because that's why the giraffe would be there. I would expect if the lion came after the bear to climb a tree, sit it out, then jump on the lion's head. That would be that one demolished. And if it went toe to toe with the gorilla, a bear's going to beat a gorilla.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Your good friend said he'll pick the lion because he reminds himself of a lion, he said.
He didn't say that. He didn't really say that. Pussycat.
All right, lastly, Wales, golf, Madrid.
Oh, well, Wales, Madrid, golf. My country, my son's, playing for them at the minute. So Wales, Madrid, golf.
Yeah, the old Gareth Bale. I'm going to say Madrid, golf, and Wales in that order. Wales has to be last just because Savage is from Wales.
Yeah,
just because he's from Wales, and that's simple as that.
Well, thank you so much, Chris Sutton, for taking part of In That Order. You've been amazing.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Robbie Savage. I said Savage.
Savage! Leave that in.
You got to keep
Savage. Wow. What is going on here? Robbie Savage. Who's Robbie Savage?
Thank you, Robbie Savage. That has been In That Order. Thank you so much. I know that's going to be in there. I know that it's there. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton take live fan phone-ins every Premier League Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds.